Music lovers are some of my favourite people, and very few people love rock and metal like our next guest. This is Sean from Seether, ladies and gentlemen. Sean, back on the road, man. Does it feel like someone's turned your switch on again?
It's been weird, man. It's been strange being back on the road after being home for almost 2.5 years. So it's kind of an adjustment, but we've been doing like a weird. We're at home from Monday to Wednesday, and then we leave on Thursdays, and then we go back on Sunday. So it's kind of like this straddling, dad life with rock life, which has been kind of interesting, but it's working out so far.
I feel like that's a home run of touring, is the weekend warrior, like go out, do festivals, come home. That'd be so, like, instead of touring 10 months out of the year, you're home, you go and play for a little bit, come home. It's nice.
Yeah, well, usually, like you say, we'll be gone for upwards of 10 to 11 months of the year. We're gone from home, so it's like it's nice to be home on one side, but it's kind of, Monday morning you got to be up at 6:30 to take the kid to school. It's like I'm going to bed at like 2 during the weekends,
right?
And back home again. You go to bed at 10 o'clock at night to try and sort of readjust. So it's interesting to say the least, but I think it's kind of, we just hadn't done it in so long. It felt like the best way to do it this time, to sort of ease our way back into it. Because it's such a big adjustment from doing the daily. I'm going to take out the trash. I'm going to do the dishes.
Right.
And now it's like, oh yeah, I'm on a bus with 11 other dudes.
You know what's funny is, like, you talk about doing the dishes, and it's like, I feel like no one out. Everyone's like, there's 30,000 people, 40,000 people watching you. And imagine just picturing him cleaning the dishes.
Dude, it's very cathartic. I recede within myself and think deep thoughts.
It's probably like very therapeutic, right?
It is. Well, and the laundry, man.
Oh, that's the best.
You know what, dude?
I'm a big laundry guy.
You're getting old when you start getting excited about folding baby clothes.
That's how I am with my daughter.
I do not. I can't. For some reason, I can't fold. I love doing laundry, but I throw it all on my spare bed. I'm just like, I'm good. I'll go back for it. But I actually just learned how to use a dishwasher this year.
Oh, congratulations, round of applause.
Technological advancements.
My girlfriend's like, you need to do it. I'm like, no, my dad taught me how to wash the dish. She's like, you wash your dish after you eat. She's like, no, just put it in the damn machine. And I was like, okay. And then now I'm like obsessed with it. And I was like, all right, you win.
I made the mistake of watching that I think Marie Kondo on Netflix, where she's like, find that thing that sparks joy.
That's where you found it.
I can't believe this is it, this folding thing.
Yeah, I mean, the home life is good.
Home life's good.
So,
I like it.
You mentioned having a kid. We had Jordan, Bobby's daughter, came on and on the road to being a rocker, doing a Slipknot colouring book here. Are your kids on the way to...
Well, last night we played in Nashville, and it was my 4-year-old. It was her first rock show.
Yeah.
So I brought her out at the end of the set, and she was like waving at the crowd, and they'd wave back.
So cool.
And then she'd wave again, and then they waved again. So it was just real cool. It was way past her bedtime, but I think she's old enough now to make that like a really strong memory for when she's older. And she can look back when she's a teenager and she hates me, and she'll be like, you know what? He was kind of cool at one time.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to like get by brownie points now before she becomes a teenager.
Dude, my daughter's 5. I feel like there was such a big adjustment from 4 to 5. Now I feel like she's 5 already at 15.
Yeah.
She's already like, Daddy, that's not cool.
Well, the cool thing about being home for so long was, when everything got locked down, she was still 2, and then she turned 3, and then recently 4. So it's like, you got to see her grow from like somebody that sort of would say a word or two to full sentences to becoming an actual dick. Like she's like, she knows better than you.
I know what you mean. I know exactly. I know where you're at right now.
So she's already knows everything, and she knows better than all of us. And so
Sean calling his daughter a dick is one of the highlights of this stream so far.
But until you have a kid, it's
I think anyone who's a parent of a 4 or 5-year-old will know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's
so
fair.
good. What's next for Seether, man? What's coming?
I think, we've only got another couple weeks of touring left for this year.
Yeah.
And then I think we're looking at maybe summer of next year. There's not really much going on, unfortunately, but at least we got to be out a little bit this year and do something.
You get the dust off, just...
Yeah, and then go back and put myself back on mothballs until they say we can go out and play again.
It's got to be hard to find a groove, I feel like.
It is,
right?
Especially when there's no real kind of guarantees of anything anymore. So
Right.
it's like you assume, okay, everything's back to up and running, and then everyone's like, well, we're gonna probably not do anything during the winter months because that's when everyone kind of gets sick anyway. And then it's like, okay, well, that's gonna push us until May of next year. Then maybe start looking at summer stuff or spring stuff. And then if that's, we were actually most of the stuff that's most sort of in concrete is stuff for 2023 at this point. So
Wow.
even next year is kind of like iffy as far as I just think everyone's erring on the side of caution, really, to be fair. But it kind of feels like I'm over it.
Well, you say there's no guarantees. I've got one guarantee that Seether are going to smash up there today. Sean from
you.
Seether, everybody.
Absolutely. Thanks, man.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.